Hi viewers, so welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are going to discuss about the chapter polynomials of class 10 AP, TS and NCERT. Right, so if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel. So watch the video till the end, and if you like the video, please share with your friends. Okay, let us start the chapter. Okay, so what is meant by a polynomial? So first of all, so what is a polynomial? So we need to discuss about this. So what is meant by polynomial? So polynomial is nothing but an algebraic expression. So polynomial means nothing but an algebraic expression. So what is meant by algebraic expression? So algebraic expression means it contains constants as well as variables, right? So algebraic expression is nothing but an expression so which is formed by variables as well as constants. So already related to this, so you have learned, so what are the variables that we are generally using? So x, y, z. So these are the most commonly used variables, right? Constant means nothing but so which is having a constant or fixed value. Okay, so a polynomial is nothing but an algebraic expression so which has non-negative integral powers. Non-negative integral powers. So the whole thing lies within this non-negative integral powers. So integral means nothing but integers. Integral means integers. So non-negative means along with 0 if you are having positive integers. So that means how can I write that set as? So set of 0 union so positive integers. So positive integers are nothing but represented by z plus. Now union of these two is generally nothing but a set of whole numbers, right? So in this, in general, what we can say is, so non-negative integral powers means nothing but whole numbers. So but in our textbook, so the general definition that follows is nothing but non-negative integral powers. Non-negative integral powers. So why we are stressing this non-negative integral power means, so always the power should be a non-negative integer. So then only we can say that that particular algebraic expression is a polynomial. Okay, right? So let us see some examples related to this. So let us take some examples and we can say whether it is a polynomial or not, right? So for suppose if I take 2x plus 5, 2x plus 5, so this 2x plus 5 means nothing but, so here the plus is nothing but the connector, here plus is nothing but the connector. So plus and minus are the fundamental connectors so which are present in mathematics. So because of these plus and minus we are going to have two terms. So this 2x is one term and this 5 is another term. Understood? So this polynomial contains two terms. This polynomial contains two terms. For suppose if I take 6xy, 6 into x into y, then how many terms does it contain? So it contains only one term, right? Now in this term, so here this x is nothing but the variable, x is nothing but the variable, and this 2 is nothing but constant, this 5 is also constant, but here it is being multiplied with, so this particular x is multiplied with 2, hence this 2 is nothing but we call it as coefficient. We call it as coefficient. Co means it is along with it, so since it is accompanied with x, so we call it as co. Since this 2 is making this x as efficient of 2, right? So that's why we call it as coefficient. That means it is increasing the efficiency of x by 2. Okay, so that's why we are calling it as coefficient. Now so here 2 into x, now this particular x power how much is there? So if there is nothing, that means it is having power 1. Now so here there is no variable, so if there is no variable, that means it is having a variable with power 0 or exponent 0, right? So this particular term is having power 1 and this particular term is having power 0. Now if you observe 1 and 0, does they belong to non-negative integral values? So they belongs to this set only, or whole number set. So can you say, hence what I can say here, so this is a polynomial, hence it is a polynomial, because here power 1 power 0, so 1 and 0 belongs to the set of whole numbers. Likewise, if I consider one more example, so 3x square plus 5x plus 6, 3x square plus 5x plus 6. So if there is no power there, that means it has power 1. If there is no variable term, then I can take it as x power 0. Always no need to write, just you need to understand, right? So if you observe the powers, power 2, power 1, power 0, that means these three belongs to the set of whole numbers. So then clearly what I can say, it is a polynomial. So it is a polynomial. The same way, if I go with some other example, so if I take some x cubed, so x power 3, so can you say that it is a polynomial? Yes, I can say it as a polynomial because it contains as 3. So 3 belongs to the set of whole numbers or non-negative integrals. So we can say that it is a polynomial. The same way, if I say minus 5 into y, so here also the variable power is 1. Hence we can call it as a polynomial. Now if I ask you about this year 2020, is it a polynomial? So if there is nothing, then I can take it as 2020 into x power 0. Hence we can say that it is a polynomial because power 0. So 0 belongs to the set of whole numbers or the set of this particular non-negative integers. So clearly what I can say, it has a polynomial, right? So you have seen all these type of things, so where you have non-negative integral powers. So for suppose if I consider some other things, right? So some other things like if I say 1 by x square, 1 by x square, can you say that it is a polynomial? See, you might think that, so x power we are having 2, so we can say that it is a polynomial, but actually it is not a polynomial. So always what you need to do is, so first of all you need to change it into, the polynomial should be always present in the numerator, right? So if you are having constants in the denominator, then you can leave it, but whenever you are having variables, so the variable should be present in the numerator only. So 1 by x square, how can I write it as x power minus 2, x power minus 2. So it is violating my condition, no? X power minus 2, so minus 2 does not belongs to the set of whole numbers. So clearly what I can say, it is not a polynomial. So it is not a polynomial. Likewise, so if I take few more examples, so for suppose root 3 into x cube, I can write this as, so 3 into x cube under square root. So how can I write this as square root of 3 into x power 3 by 2. So you know how to convert a root, a power of a rational number, right? So root 3 into this can be written as x power 3 by 2. Now if you observe this x power 3 by 2, so 3 by 2 is nothing but a rational number, but rational number does not belongs to the set of whole numbers, because whole number is a subset of rational number, but whole number is a subset of rational number, but rational number is not a subset of whole numbers. So 3 by 2 does not belongs to the set of whole numbers. So clearly this contains a rational power or a rational exponent. So clearly it is not satisfying my definition, so definition of my polynomial. So clearly what I can say, it is not a polynomial, it is not a polynomial. So not a polynomial. So this what you understood. So whenever you are having non-negative integral powers, then only we can say that algebraic expression as a polynomial. So if doesn't satisfy that particular definition, then we cannot say that it is a polynomial, right? Now let us see some more examples. Okay, so based on this you can do the questions related to this particular condition, whether it is a polynomial or not, right? Next we are going to discuss about degree of a polynomial. So polynomials are divided into different types, so based on their highest powers contained in the polynomial, right? Now to find out the degree of a polynomial, so what we need to do is we need to check out the powers of each every term. So here in a polynomial, each and every term is nothing but we call it as monomial. So each and every term is nothing but we call it as a monomial. So this particular monomial, so whatever the monomial that we have, so that monomial contains some power. So while considering all the powers of each and every monomial, amongst those monomials, if you take the highest power, so that particular power is nothing but we call it as degree of a polynomial, right? Degree of a polynomial. Now let us see. So what is meant by degree? Degree is nothing but, in short, what I can say, highest power of a monomial contained in polynomial. So highest power of monomial contained in polynomial is nothing but we call it as degree of a polynomial, right? So based on degree, so we are having different names for each polynomial, right? For suppose if I consider this, so 5x, so this 5x is containing only one monomial and this monomial is having power 1. The same way if I consider one more thing, so 3x plus 5, so here also we are having two monomials. So this monomial is containing x power 1, so this monomial doesn't have x, that means it is having x power 0. So from this, what is the power of this particular monomial? It is 1. The power of this particular monomial is 0. So amongst these two, so which is having the power? The highest power is nothing but 1. So here what I can say, degree is 1. Here directly I can say degree is 1, because here we are having only one monomial. Here we are having two monomials. Amongst those two monomials I am having the highest power as 1, so degree is 1. So whenever degree is 1, such type of polynomials are nothing but called as linear polynomials, right? So whenever the degree of a polynomial is 1, the highest power of a polynomial is 1, then we say that polynomial as linear polynomial. Linear polynomial, right? So linear polynomial means nothing but degree should be 1. So in this particular thing, so you can observe one thing. So the first four letters makes the sense. What the thing? L-I-N-E. L-I-N-E. That means, so this particular linear polynomial forms a straight line. So when you draw the graph of this particular linear polynomial, then we are going to have a straight line that is being formed, right? Next coming to, so if you increase the degree, right? So for suppose if I am having x square plus 5x plus 4, x square plus 5x plus 4. Now if you observe, so how many monomials are there? So there are three monomials. So this is first monomial, this is second monomial, and this is third monomial. Since this is a constant term, so we have x power 0. Now for this monomial, what is the power? 2. For this monomial, what is the power? 1. For this monomial, the power is 0. So amongst these three, so which one is having highest power? So highest power is 2. So since highest power is 2, so we call it as, it is having degree 2. it is having degree 2. So whenever you are having degree 2, such a polynomial is nothing but called as a quadratic polynomial. So we call it as a quadratic polynomial. So this quadratic polynomial have two zeros. So regarding that we will discuss, right? Now whenever you are having degree as 2, so we call it as quadratic polynomial. So if you want, you can have different types of examples for this. So for suppose y square minus y by 3 plus root 2. So here we need to see only the powers of the variable. So the coefficients can be anything. So here if there is nothing there, that means coefficient is 1. Here the coefficient is minus 1 by 3. Here the coefficient is 2, which is nothing but a constant term, right? So while discussing about degree of a polynomial, we need to see only the powers of the variables. So this is also a quadratic polynomial. Next, coming to the next one, which is nothing but we call it as cubic polynomial. So for cubic polynomial, so if I take one example, so 2 minus x cube, 2 minus x cube. So here how many terms are there? 2 terms are there. So this is one monomial and this is more monomial. So what is the degree of this monomial? 0. So what is the degree of this monomial? 3. So among these two, what is the highest power? So highest one is 3. So what I can say? The degree is 3. So degree is 3. What I can say? It as cubic polynomial. So we call it as cubic polynomial. So we call it as cubic polynomial. Whenever we are having degree as 1, we call it as linear polynomial. Whenever degree is 2, we call it as quadratic polynomial. Whenever degree is 3, it is cubic polynomial. So first of all, to make a polynomial, we should have non-negative integral powers. So that is the main thing that you need to remember. So degree is 3, so cubic polynomial. So for suppose if degree is 4, then we call it as biquadratic polynomial. We call it as biquadratic polynomial. Okay, so when degree is 4, we call it as biquadratic polynomial, and after that, so there is no specific name for the polynomial. See, till degree 4 give their names separately, right? So if degree is 1 linear, degree 2 quadratic, degree 3 cubic, degree 4 biquadratic, and after that, if you have, suppose if I am having degree 1, then I simply call it as nth degree polynomial. I call it as nth degree polynomial. So here, if for suppose if I am having degree as 2020, then I call it as 2020th degree polynomial, right? So likewise, so we can give any name, so based on the degree. So if degree is 5, 5th degree polynomial. If degree is 10, 10th degree polynomial. Okay, right? So if you observe the things here in each and every example, so for degree 1, is there any relationship between number of terms and the degree? So there is no relation for degree and number of terms. So if you want degree 1, so it may contain one term or two terms. So to tell about it, a polynomial having degree 2, so you can have 3 terms or 2 terms, or by using one term also we can it as a polynomial of degree 2. So likewise, so there is no specific relationship between number of terms and the degree of a polynomial. So just remember this. Okay, next, moving on to the value of a polynomial. So before going to value of a polynomial, so first of all we are going to see the general notation. So for suppose if p is any polynomial in terms of variable x, so this p of x is nothing but the notation, so general notation which we use to represent a polynomial. So to represent a polynomial, so we are going to make use of a letter, and inside the brackets, so whatever the variable that is contained in the polynomial, so that we represent as the variable within the bracket. So in general, so we have said that a linear polynomial will be in this form. So linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, likewise we have discussed. So for suppose if I take nth degree polynomial, so how nth degree polynomial looks? So nothing but general representation of a polynomial. So general representation of a polynomial, so a naught x power n plus a1 into x power n minus 1 plus a2 into x power n minus 2 plus a3 into x power n minus 3 plus and so on an into x power 0. So likewise if you consider this, so what is happening? So here x power n minus 1, x power n minus 2, x power n minus 3 and so on x power 0. So the variable power is being reduced, so term after the term, right? So it starts from n and it ends at 0. So here in this particular polynomial, so for every polynomial all the terms need not appear, so there will be any missing of terms because of particular coefficient. So here a0, a1, a2, a3 and so on an are nothing but we call it as coefficients. So if any of these coefficient is 0, then that particular term goes missing. Understood? Now here if you want to say this particular polynomial as nth degree polynomial, if you want to say that it is a nth degree polynomial, then always you should remember that a0 should not be equal to 0. So what is a0 here? a0 is nothing but coefficient of x power n. So here a0 is nothing but we call it as coefficient of x power n. So this particular a0, so if you want to say it as nth degree polynomial, then we call it as leading coefficient. We will be reading it as leading coefficient. This particular a0 we call it as leading coefficient. So this leading why we are calling it as leading coefficient means, so it is the coefficient which is having the highest power, which is having the variable with the highest power, right? So this decides, so this a0 decides the degree of the polynomial, right? Now so always remember, so if you want to say this particular polynomial as nth degree polynomial, then always its coefficient should be 0. Always do remember this. So whenever you are going to write this, so we will be representing this particular thing. Okay. Now so p of x is nothing but represented in this particular way. Otherwise you can represent it in a reverse order also. Now let us move on with the value of a polynomial. So what is meant by value of a polynomial? So value of a polynomial means, so polynomial contains variables, right? So whenever you are having variables, so that means you cannot represent, so whenever you are having a variable, you cannot get a fixed value for a particular polynomial, right? So for that what we are going to do is, so we will be finding out the value by replacing particular variable with a constant value, right? Now let us see, so what is meant by value of a polynomial. So for suppose if I consider a polynomial of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 3. So p of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 3. So since we are having the variable x, so the right hand side we are having the polynomial containing variable as x. Now for suppose if I am asked to find out the value of p of 1, so what is meant by p of 1? So p of 1 is nothing but the value of the polynomial at x is equal to 1. So at x is equal to 1, that means, so whatever the variable value that we are giving, so based on that how my polynomial behaves. So 1 means instead of x, what to do? So if you observe these two lines, what is the difference you can observe here? So instead of x I have 1. The same way on right hand side also we have to do the same thing. So instead of x I need to replace 1. So 1 square minus 2 into 1 minus 3. So then what I am going to get? 1 minus 2 minus. So what is the value? So 1 minus 5, which is nothing but minus 4. So the value of the polynomial at x is equal to 1 is minus 4. So this polynomial behaves in such a way. So p of 1 is equal to minus 4. Now let us see some more. So for suppose if I am given a polynomial p of equal to x square minus 5x minus 6, x square minus 5x minus 6. So we are made by p of 1. So p of 1 means instead of x I need to replace 1. So 1 square minus 1 minus 5 minus 6 I am get. So 1 minus 11. So 1 minus 1 is nothing but minus 10. So likewise we can find out the value of p of 1. So for suppose if we are about p of minus 1. So p of minus 1 means what will you do? So instead of 1 we are going to replace minus 1. So minus 1 whole square minus 5 into 1 minus 6. Minus 1 whole square is 1 minus 5 into 5. So plus 5 minus 6. So 1 plus 5 is nothing but 6. So 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. So the value of the polynomial at minus 1 is nothing but 0. Likewise we can find out the values of the polynomial at any instant. So for whatever the value of x, so we can find out the value of p of x. So this p of x value is nothing but value of a polynomial, right? So likewise, so you can have number of questions related to this in your textbook, so you can go through them. Okay, next moving on to one more. So zeros of a polynomial. So what is meant by zeros of a polynomial? So zeros of a polynomial means, so for suppose p of x is any polynomial, p of x is any polynomial. So already we have learnt about value of a polynomial, right? So if p of x, so what is going to be p of x? So p of x is nothing but the polynomial, right? So when you substitute the values of x in the place of x, if you substitute any value, then we are going to get the value of a polynomial. If this value of polynomial is equal to 0, if this value of the polynomial is equal to 0, for which value x, so for which values of x the value of polynomial is becoming 0, those values of x are nothing but called as is zeros of polynomial, right? So for what values of x this p of x is being 0, such values are nothing but called as zeros of a polynomial. That means zeros of the polynomials are nothing but the values of x satisfying the polynomial to make it 0. Okay, so you will understand this clearly by taking one example. So for suppose if I p of x is equal to x square minus x square 3. Now if I can write it as p of 3, will happen 2 into 3 minus 3 will be as 9 minus 3 2 are 6 minus 9 minus, it is nothing but the p of 3 is 0. So p of 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 3, but we call it as of this polynomial. This polynomial p of the same way if I go with minus 1, so p of minus, so if I take minus 1 what will happen? So minus 1 into 1 minus 1 whole square is plus 1 minus minus 1. So this x is equal to is 0 of x. So whenever you substitute a value of x, if its value is becoming 0, if the value of the polynomial is becoming 0, then we call it as 0 of that particular, right? See here what is given. So this degree is 2, no? So since degree is 2, so we have at most 2 zeros to this particular polynomial. So for this particular polynomial we are going to have 2 zeros. Okay, so this zeros, so that it has at most 3 zeros. At most means maximum, so maximum it will have 3 zeros. Likewise for biquadratic, so it will have at most 4 zeros. So the word at most is very very important. It means maximum. So at most means maximum 0. Okay, this is zeros of a polynomial. So how to find the zeros of a polynomial? So by using the concept of factorization, you can do it. Already you learnt in your 8th and 9th classes about factorization, right? So using this concept, so we are going to solve the problems related to exercise number 3.1, right? So let us see them. See exercise 3.1. so what is the question number 1? So if p of x is equal to 5x power 7 minus 6x power 5 plus 7x minus 6. So already we have discussed, right? How many monomials are here? So let us count how many monomials are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So totally how many monomials are here? We are having 4 monomials. So see of this is the power of monomial. What is the power of this monomial? What is the power of this monomial? 0. Now coefficient of x power. Now from this clearly, so what is the highest power here? So highest power is nothing but 7. So clearly what I can say, so from what I can reduce, nothing but all the terms. So already we have this y constant. So whenever you are having 70 degree polynomial, that means all the terms may or may not present. Okay, now let us see the questions one after the other. So first of all, question number 1, coefficient of x power. So in this particular polynomial, do you have x power 5? Yes, we are having x power 5 term here. So what is the coefficient of x power 5? What is the coefficient of x power 5? The coefficient of x power 5 is nothing but minus 6. So whatever the thing that is associated with x power 5, that is nothing but the coefficient. So what is coefficient of x power 5 is nothing but minus 6. Writing the answer, need to say that other your answer will be wrong, right? Next question number 2. So what is the of x? So what is degree of p of x? So already we have found here. So degree of p of x is nothing but 7. So which is nothing but Dhoni's jersey number, right? Next, constant term. So what is constant term? Constant term is nothing but the term which does not contain any variable. So that means this is nothing but the term which is having constant. So what is the constant term here? So minus 6. So always remember, so whenever you are having minus, you need to specify. If you don't have any minus, then you can. So if you are having positive, no need to write plus, but for minus you need to specify that minus. Okay, next moving on to question number. Now let's see what is question number 2. State which of the following statements are true. State which of the following are true and which are false. So you need to say whether they are true or false. and if they are true then you need to give what is the reason behind that, and if it is false then also you need to give the reason. So anyhow you need to give the reasons, right? Now question number 1, degree of this polynomial. So if you observe how to find the degree of the polynomial, this is term 1, term 2, term 3. So here the power is 2, here the power is 1, here the power is 0. So what is the highest power here? So highest power is nothing but 2. So since highest power is 2, so we can say that what we can say here, degree is 2. But what he has given, so he has given root 2. Root 2. So from this what I can say, is it true or false? It is clearly a false statement. Now let us see when will it become a true statement, right? So if he has given the degree as a 2, that is a true statement. Or instead of degree, if given coefficient, then it will be true. Okay, so here in this particular thing we have learnt 3 questions. Okay, so if degree is given as 2, then we can say that it is true statement. Otherwise if root 2 is maintained, and if here instead of degree if he has given coefficient, then it may be true. So he has mixed up the answer, so hence it is false. Next, coming to second question, the coefficient of x square. So where x square is, so x square is present here. What is the coefficient of x square? So coefficient of x square means the constant which is associated with x square. So clearly what is the coefficient here? So coefficient is -4. But what he has given, sir? So coefficient is given as 2. So clearly it is a false statement. So understood. Next, degree of a constant term. So constant term means, just remember a number. So 2020, does it contain any variable? No. So it is containing no variable, so it is containing x power 0. So x power 0 means that it is having the degree as 0. So what he has given, the degree of constant term is 0. So clearly it is a true statement. So hence it is true. Next, what he has given, bit number 4, 1 by x square minus 5x plus 6 is a quadratic polynomial. Is it a quadratic polynomial? So what we have discussed about a quadratic polynomial. So polynomial means that it should contain completely in the numerator, but here the polynomial is completely contained in the denominator, so we cannot directly bring it to the numerator. So if for suppose if I bring the total term to the numerator, then you will get negative sign. So negatives are not, so in the power negatives are not valid, so clearly it is not a polynomial. So since it is not a polynomial, how can you say that it is a quadratic polynomial? So it is a false statement. So what is it? It is a false statement. So first of all we can't say that it is a polynomial, right? So that's why it is not a quadratic polynomial. Next, the degree of a polynomial is 1 more than the number of terms. So already we discussed, so degree and terms, degree and number of terms, so there is no relation between them. So there is no relation between degree and number of terms, so hence what we can say, it is a false statement. So there is no relationship between number of terms and the degree of a polynomial, hence it is a false statement. Next, moving on to question number 3. Now this is nothing but a question based on what? Value of a polynomial. So based on value of a polynomial we are having a question. So it is given, so the given polynomial is in terms of t. So here the variable is t. So the variable may change, so variable is not the same always. Okay, so do remember this. Now first of all what we need to find, we need, so p means of t. So wherever I find t, I need to replace 1. So this becomes 1 minus 1 cube. So 1 cube is 1 minus 1, which is nothing but 0. So what is the value of p of minus 1? So instead of 1, I need to replace minus 1. See here, don't replace everywhere, right? So wherever you find t, replace there only. So minus 1 whole cube is nothing but minus 1 minus 1. So minus 1 is nothing but minus 2. Next, what is this? So p of 0 is nothing but 0 cube minus 1. Since constant, this won't change in any of the terms. So what is it getting? 0 nothing but minus 1. So next, p of 2. So p of 2 is nothing but 2 cube minus 1. 2 cube is 8 minus what? Minus 2 means minus 2 whole cube minus. So power 3 means odd power. So odd power means minus will be carried as it is. So minus 8 minus 1, which is nothing but minus 9. So from this we have found the value of the polynomial for each and every question of t, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So we need to check whether these are zeros of the polynomials or not. So what is meant by zeros of the polynomial? On substituting the value in the given polynomial, if it makes the polynomial as 0, then we say those as zeros of the polynomials. Now for suppose, so what is given? X power 4 minus 16. So since it is in the variable x, so I am considering this particular polynomial as x power 4 minus 16 x. To avoid always writing the polynomial, what I am considering the polynomial as p of x. Now, so first of all, we need to check p of minus 2. So p of minus 2 means minus 2 whole power 4 minus 16. So minus, so since power is even, so minus becomes plus. So 2 power 4 is nothing but, so this becomes 2 power 4 minus 16. So 2 power 4 is 16 minus 16 is equal to 0. So p of minus 2 is equal to 0. That means what I can say? So x is equal to minus 2 is 0 of polynomial p of x, right? So here I am not writing polynomial completely, just I am representing poly. Okay. Next, talking about p of 2. So 2 is equal to nothing but minus 16 0. So clearly again we got value of polynomial as 0. So x is equal to 0 is also 0 of polynomial p of x is equal p of x. Next, one more question, so related to the same thing. So we need to check this. So here p of x is x square minus x minus 6. Now, so I will check for minus 2, so you check for, okay, and comment the answer in the comment box. So first of all, so p of minus 2, so minus 2 means, so minus 2 whole square minus of minus 6. So this gives me 4, minus of minus is nothing but plus minus 6. So 4 plus 2, 6 minus 6. 0. What I can say? So x equal to minus 2 is a 0 of polynomial p of x. You check for 3. So substitute x is equal to 3 and check whether it is a 0 of the polynomial or not, and mention the answer in the comment box. Okay, so this is all about exercise 3.1. So I hope you have understood, right? So thank you for watching the video. So thank you very much.